Okay, welcome back to chapter 10. Dana wrapped up her work week Friday afternoon, then looked in her closet to see what she might be able to wear for her date tomorrow with Sean. She knew they were going to dinner, but she wished she knew where. She didn't want to dress for someplace nice like the Hilltop or River City Brewing if they were going to a more casual setting like the Outback or Clark's Fish Camp. She ultimately decided on an ankle grazing maroon paisley skirt. She could pair it with a casual top and flats and low heel mules and be dressed appropriately for any restaurant. After dinner, she spent a few hours in her office proofreading reports for CDN. There was enough work on the system for her to transcribe if she wanted to, but she felt too jumpy and nervous to attempt it. As she read, she used extra care, not wanting any errors to slip by. She could hear Brittany talking and laughing on the phone. Her daughter sounded so happy. Dana wondered how her news would affect Brittany's mood. She hadn't told her yet about her date, and she intended to put it off as long as she could. She turned at the sound of Brittany's knock. "Hi," she said, swiveling her chair so that it faced the doorway. "Hi, Mom. Can I go skating tomorrow?" "Where and who with?" "At the rink in Mandarin with Nikki and Shaniqua." Okay, Shaniqua's mother is going to pick us up and bring us back. In the afternoon? Brittany made a face. With all those little kids? Nah, they have a teen session from 8 to midnight, but Shaniqua's mother is going to pick us up at 10:30. She says that's late enough for us to be out. I agree with her. Technically, you're not even teenagers yet. I can go then? No. Why not, Mom? Dana had been dreading this moment. She hoped to put it off until tomorrow afternoon. Because I've arranged for you to stay over at Norrell's tomorrow night. I made some plans to go out and you can't stay at home alone. But why can't you get Tina to stay here? That way I can still go skating, and if you're not here yet when I get home, she'll be here. Because Tina's mother won't want her to stay here alone at night. She's a babysitter, not a house sitter. Okay, so I won't go skating. I'll just stay home with Tina. It'll be better than going out to Miss Norrell's. What would I do there? No, Brittany. Why not? Dana sighed. Because, Brittany, I don't want you to be shocked or anything, but I'm going on a date tomorrow night. She studied her daughter's expression carefully, anxious to see her first reaction, which she knew would be the honest one, no matter what Brittany said afterwards. A date? Brittany asked. With a man? Yeah. Dana's tone was tentative. That's why you'll have to go to Norrell's tomorrow. I think it would be best if I kept you away from my social life. Brittany's face puckered. But you just went out Wednesday. Are you going to be going out all the time now? Sending me off to Miss CC and Miss Norrell so I won't be in the way? Dana's heart wrenched. No, honey, she said gently. She reached for Brittany's hand and squeezed it. Please don't feel like you're in the way. You're never in the way. No one means more to me than you. This week has been very social for me, but it's not going to be a regular thing, I promise. I'm a little old to be hanging out every night. She looked at her daughter, whose eyes had the sad look of a wounded puppy. Britt, your thoughts? Since you want to know how I feel, does this mean you won't go if I say I don't want you to? That was a good move. No, it doesn't, Dana replied, realizing too late how sharp she sounded. In a gentler tone, she added, Look, Britt, I know this is strange and new and a little scary. It is to me too. But we have to face the fact that Daddy's gone. He's not coming back. I miss him terribly, but there has to be more to life than work. I've worked very hard these last months, and now things are a little easier. I like to relax a little and have some fun. I'm not getting any younger, you know. I want you to have fun, Mom, Brittany said, and Dana waited for the but she knew would follow. I just don't want you to bring home a new daddy for me. Brittany concluded. Dana's mouth fell open, but nothing came out. She had known Brittany had something else to say, but her statement was the absolute last thing she expected to hear. I think you're putting the cart before the horse, she replied dryly. You can rest assured that I'm only going out to dinner, not to the chapel. Sean arrived promptly, and subtly shy Dana greeted him and took her keys and purse. She double-latched the door, and when she turned, she almost stopped breathing at the first sight of Kenny's old white Eclipse sitting in the driveway, like Kenny had come home after being away for close to a year. It's Sean's car now, it's Sean's car now, she told herself repeatedly as she walked toward it on leaden legs. If Sean noticed her nervousness, he didn't comment on it. He seated her inside, and she closed her eyes briefly while he walked around to the other side, opening them as he got in the driver's seat. It's just initial shock. I'm all right now. Sean drove to Interstate 95 and headed south. There's a good German restaurant in St. Augustine, he said. I learned to like German food while I was in the Army. Of course, if you don't care for German cuisine, there's plenty of other places. Seafood, Italian, steak. I've never had German food, but I like trying new things, so that's fine. Now that she was inside the car, she found it much easier to forget its history, and she actually felt relaxed. Sean had the radio set to an easy listening station, and he amazed Dana by knowing all the words to Don McLean's 70s pop classic American Pie. I've always loved that song, he said after the last chorus. Not one of my favorites, Dana responded a little dubiously. She only tuned in to that particular station when she couldn't find anything else to listen to. Rock music could be just as insulting to her ears as rap, but at least this station didn't play anything that sounded like Acid Trip. Among her favorites were the Steve Miller song about a space cowboy known as the Joker and Fleetwood Mac's Dream. Both tunes had sentimental roots. She and her sister Gail used to sing them when they were young. While she felt it was sweet of Sean to share his taste in music with her, she didn't feel like telling him about Gail and her tragic fate. But you sang it very nicely, she added, wanting to be polite. Thanks. I listen to this station a lot. Or the jazz station, which is more likely to be playing something by Luther than real jazz. Today's music is garbage. Occasionally, they'll play something from back in the day on an R&B station, but I don't like listening to all those remakes of songs that were done better than the first time out. I'm with you on that one. If I had any talent for songwriting, I'd make a fortune. Script writing too, for that matter, since no one seems to be able to come up with anything original there either. At the restaurant, Sean suggested she try Jaeger Spritznitz. It's German, y'all. Yeah, so I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'll definitely see how it sounds, which she enjoyed. They had dinner to a background to live accordion music. Dana chuckled when two young girls, apparently sisters, got on the floor and danced the Macarena. She recognized the steps, but never would have recognized the theme music. To Dana, everything the man played on the accordion sounded like the Third Man theme. They began with impersonal topics of conversation, but eventually turned to their marriages. Dana admitted that Kenny's shortage of insurance protection had led to some hard times for her, but wanting to end on an upbeat note, added that she'd taken steps to improve her lot and things were much better now. Sean confided that he and his wife's constant arguments led to his moving out. It's very difficult to blend when one party has kids, he remarked, and she has two sons, neither of whom are crazy about me. What you do? Slug one of them? She suppressed a smile at her private thoughts. I guess it can be. Two of my friends recently married men with kids. And fortunately, everything seemed to be working out for both of them. And who knows, the two of you might still be able to work it out. She wanted to keep things light, to let him know it was okay for him to still be married, that she wasn't expecting anything from him. Sean shrugged. We'll see. Then he said, come on, let's dance. You're kidding. To this? Sure, we can do a two-step. Laughing, Dana got to her feet. They listened to the oldie stations again on the way home, singing along with people like Martha and the Vandells and Paul Revere and the Raiders, old songs Dana didn't even realize she knew the words to. At her door, Sean placed his hand firmly on her shoulders, pulled her to him, and kissed her oh so briefly, teasing her with his tongue and leaving her breathless, and more aware than ever of what she was missing. Good night, Dana, he said. We'll do it again soon, huh? I'd like that. Good night, Sean. Okay, so that's the end of chapter 10. Okay, do I have any thoughts on this chapter? I don't have a thought, but would you, if you were dating somebody that you sold a car to and they came to pick you up in that car, would you be comfortable with that? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't think I would be comfortable. That's eerie. But anyway, there was one words. It was German, so I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it has something to do with food. So stay tuned for either the definition video or the pronunciation video. Please hope. Okay, I'm back. The first word is spelled Jaeger, and it's a noun. It's North American English. Any of the small kinds of Arctic breeding skulls. I don't even know if I'm saying that one right, but this is how it's pronounced.
Jaeger.
Jaeger. That's how you pronounce Jaeger? Jaeger. Okay, so let's see how the other word is pronounced. It's spelled Schnitzel. Okay, so it's a noun. It's a thin slice of veal or other light meat coated in breadcrumbs and fried. And this is how it is pronounced.
Schnitzel. Schnitzel.
Schnitzel. So, Jaeger Schnitzel. Let's see if I can say it in a sentence. Okay. At the restaurant, Sean suggested she try Jaeger Schnitzel, which she enjoyed. Hey, it's German. I can't pronounce German. I don't have the accent. But that's the end of this chapter. There's really not much that I have to say about it. So I'm going to just see y'all in chapter 11. Bye.